Hey, what's cracking, Hoodlum gang? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big O N. Before we get started, I need y'all to do me a small favor. If you want to become a member of the Hoodlum gang, and for some reason you're not, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified. And go on over to IG and follow me at Hoodie from the Hood. Now listen, y'all see the title. I know a lot of people been wanting me to speak on this. A lot of people have asked me this. It's come up more recently. And the situation that happened with AD fed into this. That's why I put that one out first. I'm going to further elaborate on that. And I'm going to get into what America's safest slash softest city means and what it doesn't mean. Now, the thing about that whole safest and softest and rating the cities and all that, it's no different to me than people coming out with these lists of who the best rappers are, whether it be Double XL, whether it be Rolling Stone, or the best albums, or whatever the case is. It's always gonna vary depending on what demographic you are asking, because Rolling Stone or the Grammys is gonna have a different opinion than BET and possibly even MTV. You know what I'm saying? It's different mindsets in these rooms. Some people's going to agree. Some people's going to disagree. Some people is going to have valid reasons to why they agree or disagree. And some people is going to have no valid reason. They just trolling. That's what some people do. They just like to go against the grain. So, like I said, everything depends on the demographics of whose opinion is being taken into consideration, and the geographics of each of these cities. Now, I understand when you get into the top 10, cities being the largest by population and all of that, and you compare it to some of the other cities in the top 10, I could see where you would think that. First of all, most of these other cities in the top 10 have historically had a bigger black population. And I have to stress this because nobody hates niggas more than niggas. Anywhere where it's a lot of niggas is going to be a higher crime rate. When the crime rate was higher in San Diego, it was when the black population was higher in San Diego. Gentrification and all of that is happening in a lot of these cities, homie. But some of these cities still have a bigger black population than San Diego. San Diego has always been like a white collar, a white city for the most part. You know what I'm saying? That's the majority. Hispanics will be second. Then it'll probably be other, which is Asian, Pacific Islander, whatever the case, and then black. That's how small the black community has always been in San Diego, and it's even smaller now. Which is why when I say what I say, you might look at it a little differently than you've looked at it before. First of all, my city, we could start with the Hispanic gangs. They got some of these Hispanic gangs that go back far too, to the 50s and 40s and shit like that, maybe even the 20s. But as far as the black gangs, the Crips and the Bloods, we not too far after LA. I keep saying that. Crippin' started in 69. By 73, you had the first Crip gang out here, and then my hood coming in 74, which this is our 50th year anniversary. But anyways, that's a whole different thing. So you can't you can't take away the part that we played in this lifestyle. My hood specifically been losing homies since 1981. We probably got more dead homies than any hood I could think of in San Diego. Now, all of them didn't die from gun violence, but I would say probably 80% of them did. A lot of them did. I got a lot of homies that been shot, stabbed. You at least gonna get jumped. So when I see this happening in my community, not just my hood, but in my part of town, there is no statistics that could come out to change or reshape how I feel about what I've seen and experienced. Like I said, this is a tourist attraction. It's a military town. We're used to dealing with people coming from these other cities thinking that they superior, and we're used to humbling a lot of people. That's why when y'all get to popping, and I'm just like, yeah, y'all think just like the military niggas who be coming out here and meeting bitches at the club and pulling up to their house, and these bitches live in gang areas, and y'all thinking like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm just throwing a city, Detroit. I'm from Mississippi. Like, bro, we don't give a fuck about none of that. We from here. Nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? So, you could just look at Swamp Stories for an example, aka Chump Stories. And I think the reason why he trolled Dago so hard is because of the back push that he received after he decided to speak on our city and not have his facts straight. Now, I've noticed that he don't have his facts straight in a lot of cities. Yeah, he Google stuff and look up court cases, and then he fills in the blanks a lot on shit that he don't know. But I think he even said it after he made that video, that he hasn't received so much hate from not one city except San Diego. And that's because we don't play about this shit. We serious about where we come from. And when you get on here and you misconstruing stuff that happened, and people was telling you like, bro, that's not how it happened, or these niggas wasn't from here, they was from there, you don't know what you talking about, and he couldn't take that backlash. That's why he hide his face anyways. But even when you watch the 2 episodes he did on us, and if y'all haven't seen it, I would advise y'all to go back and watch those before you continue this video. So even he couldn't deny the activeness and all the activities and the stuff that was going on in them 80s and them 90s and in the 2000s. You know what I mean? No matter how much jokes he tried to crack, when you break down and start looking at the numbers and all that stuff, it was off the chain out here, just like everywhere else. Like I said, San Diego has always been like a more strict city, so they not having that type of shit. These other cities might let that go on. It might be good for business when it comes to them, but San Diego, it's not good for business for them. It's not. They don't like no attention being drawn to the gang scene out here. They rarely ever speak of it. If you look up a map right now, you won't even see Southeast or East San Diego, what they call City Heights now. You just won't see it, homie. It's not something that they highlight. It's like San Diego's dirty little secret. So you got to understand, the rappers, whether it be J.O. or Mitchie Slick or whoever the fuck, or me with this platform, is something that they do not like. They don't like that at all. It's deep. I was going to get into the Boosie situation. But yeah, it gets deep. So anyways, like I said, you can't deny, when you go back and you look at everything that has went on. Let's take for example, I'm gonna throw a year out there that I remember vividly because I was in the county at this time. 2012. 2012, San Diego County, that's from the border all the way to Oceanside. If you on the 5, Fallbrook, if you off the 15. San Diego had 100 murders in the whole county. Now, for a city that's this big, you still might look at that and be like, because that's the whole county. I want to say 48 out of 100 was in Southeast and East San Diego. 48% was in those two areas. About another 10 or 11 was in Oceanside. For a city the size of Oceanside, 10 or 11 murders is extremely high, especially when they're gang related. So you could look at, what is that, about 59 out of the 100? So 59% of the murders happened within the three areas that I speak about. And it was all gang related. So you had this dude, and I'm not going to say your name because I know you a troll and I know you got a crush on me and your little pussy probably got wet. You thought I was going to say your name, but I'm not. It was a weirdo who came in my comments and said that Dago averages 50-something murders, whatever. And where he's from averages 250. First of all, you from a place where y'all can carry guns. We would never be able to do that nowhere in California. We already got the most prisons. We already off the chart with the gang stuff. They would never do that. They do that where you come from for whatever reason. How many of them 250 murders was gang related? Do y'all even have a gang task force? Does the police even take y'all gangbanging serious enough to even add gang allegations and stipulations on you? Do y'all even have gang enhancements? Probably not. You niggas is nice. That's why C-Mac said what he said when he was out there and got packed out. You niggas is not, all you niggas hang out together. How many times is y'all jumping in the car and sliding on them niggas just based on where they from? Y'all probably got into it over some money. Y'all probably got into it over a bitch and somebody got knocked down. And then you niggas be on First 48 snitching like a motherfucker. So that's not even gangster to me. Yeah, you did it, but you start telling. You and your crime, you both told on each other and got washed. I'm not talking about no specific individual. I'm talking about niggas who come from these types of states who get to popping it. That's why California respected Little Rock so tough, because their banging was just like California, even though they wasn't in California. A lot of you niggas come from places where y'all gangbanging is garbo. So like I said, you could sit up there and say, oh, y'all only average, let's say 53. First of all, I don't even know why we having an argument about death as grown men. Second of all, like I said, let's say we average 53. If 25 of those is gang related, and those 25 took place in Southeast and East San Diego, because I always have to reiterate that the crime is going to be higher wherever the niggas is at. I don't know how that's safe. Shout out to Cornelius Bowser. Is it Bowser or Browser? Jr. He got a YouTube channel. Older fella, second generation West Coast Crip. Turned his life around in about 85, 86 as soon as the crack era had jumped off. He now works with the community, and as far as like trying to prevent gang related type of stuff from happening. They work in the community on that type of stuff, if y'all grasp what I'm saying. But basically, I want to say that was in 2022, he had messaged me, or maybe it was in my comments, and he was telling me about the statistics from January to August of that year. If I'm not mistaken, it's 2022. Could have been 2021. Whatever, in the past couple of years. Which is equivalent to what Swamp Story said when he did the second episode on San Diego, when he said in recent years it's heating back up in San Diego, and he showed a map of all the shootings. It's accurate because Cornelius said that from January to August of that year, there was over 120 something shootings in Southeast San Diego alone. Now, like I said, if that's safe to you, please come out here and try it. If that's safe to you, that's just one part of town, bro. Yes, there's gangs as far as Hispanic gangs from the border all the way up, but a lot of them gangs, it's no shade, homie. It's facts. A lot of them gangs be like the only gang in that city, especially when you get closer up north. Starting from Solana Beach, where Lil Rob is from. They beef with a gang in the next city, and then it's a next city with one gang, and then a next city with one gang, and another city with like 2 or 3 gangs, and they all get along. Like, and I'm referring to like San Marcos. Then you got Vista, only gang in that city. They beefing with Oceanside gangs, and the San Marcos and Escondido gangs. Fallbrook, one gang in that city. So yeah, they might have murders occur here and there, but 9 times out of 10, it'd be like a stabbing. It'd be a homie against a homie, or they might have caught an enemy over there for some reason. You got to go to the next city to slide. Nigga, we right down the street. It's about 20 gangs in Southeast. Bloods, Crips, Mexicans. It's about 20 gangs, homie. East San Diego is right next door, so Southeast business spills over into East Dago because niggas be running into each other over there. Oceanside is Oceanside. So when we speak on Dago, not San Diego, we're speaking on those 3 areas. At least I am. Spring Valley to a certain extent because it's right there too. We speaking on that, bro. If you talking about as a whole, of course they're going to say it's safe. I bet you if you ask them about them areas, they're going to tell you to stay your ass from over there. Alex Alonso came out here over 10 years ago and went to the 4 corners of death. And the police wouldn't even acknowledge what that was. That lets you know right there, bro. That's not something that they glorify out here, bro. So when AD and them, you gotta think, AD, T-Real, Duno, all the niggas sitting right there who has something funny to say, none of them niggas never been nowhere. They may have been to juvenile hall. Maybe the county, probably not even that. They ain't been to no pen, no YA, nowhere where they had to program with niggas from outside of their county. So they don't really know no better. So if them niggas want to crack their little jokes and all that, it's cool. But guess what? Say that to a real one and mean it. Fuck all them jokes, bro, because everybody ain't playing like that. You might have a relationship with somebody to where they let that shit slide. Overall, niggas ain't playing like that, bro. Nigga would have for sure asked you about it. Ask China Mac when he came out here. When he came out here prior to that to do a food vlog with Mitchie Slick, and he went over in a section. Before he went over there, he was downtown asking random white people, was San Diego dangerous? Now, you got to think these people live across the Coronado Bridge on the Coronado Island. They live probably on the other side of the bay in Point Loma. Or they live up in Del Mar and they coming down to have brunch in the gas lamp. And you asking them if San Diego is dangerous, of course, they come from these sheltered communities. They're going to say no. Most of them never even been east of the 5. They don't even know what Southeast is. I didn't like how that looked. I asked him about it. I can't remember what he said, but what he said made sense, and I didn't detect no malice. But I told him I didn't like how he did that. So if I was to meet AD, I would have said the same shit. Bro, what type of shit was that? Don't you know niggas from Dago? Don't you know Mitchie Slick and all these niggas? So for you to, oh, we'll pack them niggas up. Yeah, right. That's what he said. That's genuinely how you felt. So yes, nigga, I think it's funny that you was on the ground when you was fighting a civilian. I don't care what happened prior to that. I'm not gonna play over here. And Milk said something that made sense. Yeah, Milk. I'm gonna give you your credit, but I'm gonna get on you too real fast. Because you came into my comments trolling the other day out the blue. Bro, I don't even say nothing about you. I don't troll your comments. But you gonna come over here and say that AD feels superior because he's black, or he's a Crip, he from Compton, he think he harder than everybody. He feel like motherfuckers that ain't from there is less than him. Nigga, you feel the same way. Because when we had words a couple months ago, you called me an off-brand San Diego Crip. As if my Crippin' ain't as authentic because I'm from Dago. That's the first thing these niggas say when they get into it with me is, oh, this San Diego nigga. Snoopy Snitch ass did it. This San Diego ass nigga. Like, what that mean? Like, you trying to discredit me as if I can't be a real stand-up nigga because I'm from Dago. But this Dago nigga from this soft, safe city make you niggas look Goofy. You niggas been on here doing goofy ass shit for years, for months. Y'all come from these areas that's supposed to be so tough, so hard. You niggas been on the internet doing straight buster bunk weird shit. And I understand my presence is a threat to you. But only a goofball would think that because they're born somewhere that means they automatically harder than somebody else. Like I said, Milk, you came in my comments on some weird shit the other day. And I told you, I said, if you only pop up to say something negative, that's called hating, and you deleted your comment. I didn't delete it. You didn't say anything out of line for YouTube to delete it. So I know it was you because the way I got at you. I post a picture of me and put Market Street Menace, and you gonna come and say, you don't own nothing on Market. So what, nigga? You didn't own nothing over there. I ain't talking about your family. You didn't own nothing over there. Nigga, you just did a reaction to the real MVP TV pulling up in your section. And you had nothing but good things to say. Oh, yeah, I remember being right there. Yeah, we used to kick it right there. Oh, yeah, the hoes on Fig. You didn't say that to them niggas. You didn't say they don't own nothing over there. So why come in my comments and do it to me? Sucker shit, bro. That's just the reality of the situation. You niggas, I'ma treat you how you act, not according to who you think you are in your head. And I called you a Gilligan. But like I said, nigga don't got no personal problem with you, homie. I just don't understand. Well, I do understand. I just said it. I'm a threat to you niggas. No matter what Hoodie Hood do, no matter what Hoodie Hood say, niggas will not report on it at all. They act like they didn't see it. They don't want to shine no light over here because it's going to make them niggas look as bunk as they really is when you put them next to me. Like I said, homie, I don't know what you niggas think. Soft, safe, all this weird shit. Yeah, it's hella areas you can go out here and ain't nothing gonna happen to you. When I speak, I'm speaking on the areas I come from, the shit that I experience, or my homies is doing all day, or where I got hella homies that's in the grave, and the enemies do too. So you can't sit up here and tell me that no fucking report came out and said this is the safest city. Come out here. Come find out. Please do. Since shit is, and I'm not talking to the real niggas, because the real niggas know what's up, homie. They come out here, we go out there, whatever the fuck. And I ain't even just talking about LA, I'm talking about any city or state. I'm not talking to the real niggas. I'm talking to these busters who keep running with this narrative that I can't speak on nothing or I can't say nothing because I'm from Dago, and to them Dago is soft. But you got real niggas who acknowledge that whole shit that just happened in the California Department of Corrections in Salinas Valley that almost sparked a racial war was over a Dago nigga who stood on business. My homie Snow Rock, one of the only white Crip, not the only one of the only white Crips who stayed down. Even Whack Deuce stayed down on them yards, homie. They up out of Dago. One of the biggest movements in YA in the early 2000s is the Mad Ass Crips. Who started that? Treyo from West Coast 30s. He from Dago. If you don't believe me, go watch Incredible Javier. He has a YA channel. He been to YA. He interviews people about YA. Treyo name and the Mad Ass Crips have came up time and time again. Cartoon, Gangster, Bam, Bride Dog, Baba Louie, all these dudes, Cutes, Pretty Boy, all these dudes didn't mention San Diego at some point, whether they was in YA or in prison in the 80s or 90s, they have mentioned San Diego over and over and over again, and you buster ass niggas keep coming in the comments not even acknowledging that. The dudes who y'all respect and I respect too and put them on the pedestal have gave San Diego they flowers. But you got a weird bitch ass nigga behind a troll account talking about San Diego soft. Anyways, man, I'm going on too long. I had to get that off my chest. I'm not about to keep on talking about it. If you believe niggas is soft, come see about it, homie. And it's just that simple. Nigga, I'm out.